What's up? This is the Hassan Campbell official criminal record update.
I did 3 backflips.
The reason why I'm doing this update is because the last video where I posted his official criminal record proving that he's never caught a body or never committed a murder ever in his life is because after I went live and used the StreamYard to, split screen and show you guys the evidence, I noticed that my audio was cut off. So before I get into the live, I'm new to this YouTube thing. I don't really know how to work StreamYard like that. I'm learning as I go, but if someone can please hit me up to show me how to work the audio in the StreamYard, because I was doing a lot of talking, explaining his records to the public, and it was all for nothing. I mean, well, you guys did see the evidence and the proof, but you couldn't hear what I was saying in regards to his records. So I want to kind of get better at this YouTube thing because I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm here to stay. I got a lot of content coming in the future, and yeah, I got a lot of content that I'm gonna be doing in regards to the manosphere and everything like that. But hold on. So for those of you who viewed his records, as you saw, it was mostly primarily, well, he only had one criminal record. It was out of the state of North Carolina. It was disposed, in which 10 Toes Down verified that when he was caught, when he got arrested for the murder, he was eventually exonerated because evidence showed that there was no way he committed the murder. And that's it. Everything else is judgment liens for his child support payments that he's owed. He even stated himself that he owes back child support. He's not going to pay them, flashing a stack of hundreds in the video that he's not going to pay, child support. He got it, that he doesn't want to pay it, yada, yada, yada. But the evidence that I showed in my last video, if anyone wants to go view that, shows and proves that he's never committed a murder, 2 murders, or 3 murders. And again, like I find it quite interesting that nobody challenged this dude on this. Like once he said the first time he's mentioned that he did time for 2 bodies on 2 separate occasions, and then the latest Kwame video I seen, he said 3. I'm like, man, there's no way in hell, bro. There's no way in hell you committed 3 murders and you out on the streets. It was hilarious to me. So I was like, man, let me go ahead and look up this fool's records. And I did, and scrolled and showed the proof right then and there. But I need, somebody knows how to work StreamYard better, hit me up on my email, clofresh611@gmail.com. I'm going to be bringing a lot more content. I'm going to set up this channel because what I want to do with this channel in regards to the manosphere, as everybody knows, women been having their qualms and say about Black men for the past few decades and everything like that. And I'm going to dedicate my channel to men who are single fathers, who are able, have a story of their own to tell. We want to get stories out there from single fathers in regards to, how these mothers get their side of the story, while their relationships fail, while their marriages fail, yada, yada, yada. That's what I want to do primarily. Because there's a lot of stories out there. I've talked to lots of gentlemen who says, man, I got a story to tell for you. Crazy stories, because all we hear is the women's side of the story in regards to, the relationship ending, that nigga ain't shit, blah, 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 blah. So that's what I'm be doing with my YouTube channel, amongst an array and a lot of things. What else? Yeah, I mean, pretty much that's it in a nutshell. But I definitely do need to get this, get the hang of YouTube more, and get the hang of how to, get this StreamYard going and how to manage and handle that and everything as well, because I have a lot of content, a lot of topics. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and share a story as why I'm getting on YouTube as well. I have a lot of stories, but one story, true story shit, and I'll even show some paperwork in regards to it. I was dealing with this chick for about a good 6 to 8 years off and on. This relationship was kind of toxic, but what ended up happening is one day, one night, all right, check it. Here's the story. We was messing together, we was living together, and was in a relationship and everything. It didn't really work out. She kicked me out. I moved and got my own spot and everything like that. We continued to talk and continue to have a sexual relationship. And then about 2, 3 months after, I moved out, whatever, and got my own spot, she wanted to get back together again. And I'm like, you chick, you crazy. Why the hell would I want to get back together with you again when we had just broke up? I got my own spot. I'm doing my thing. You doing your thing. We can get together every once in a while, have sex, and that's it. So check this out, y'all. So when I moved out, I moved like 3 hours from where she's at. I'm in the state of Texas. Well, right now I'm in Florida. I'm at my parents' house because I got my daughter with me. I'm on vacation, and I'm going to be taking her back to her mom within the next few days. So I moved out, moved 3 hours away, and she, we talked on the phone. She wanted me to come see her so we can, talk and, do the damn thing and everything like that. I drove 3.5 hours to see this chick, right? Get there, have my little overnight back there and everything. Get there, we get to it. Well, first of all, we talking a little bit. And she's, saying that how she doesn't like the current situation because she feels like she's being played. She don't want to be a hoe, whatever. But I'm like, chick, you chose this. You don't want to kick me out because for whatever reason it wasn't working out or whatever. The way my life is going right now and how the situation is, I look at it like this. We can get together, have sex, whatever. You do your thing, I do my thing, but that's it. Before us get back together, nah, it's not happening. So real shit, y'all. We started having sex. Hold on. We started having sex, right? I'm on top. I mean, after 2, 3 minutes in it, she tells me to get up and get out. Look, on God, I'm in the pussy. She tells me to get up and get out. I ain't tripped. So I said, all right. I hopped up, ain't say shit, grabbed my overnight bag that I ain't even unpacked. Just grabbed that. And on my way out, I took out my phone at like I'm calling another chick to go see another chick, whatever. That shit was the wrong thing to do, knowing I know the type of person she is. But of course, I did that on purpose just to get her mad. So check this shit out. So I go outside, go downstairs. My car is parallel parked on the side in front of her apartment. I'm parallel parked in between one car. One car is in front of me, one car is behind me. As I'm going and getting to the car and everything like that, I'm putting in directions in the computer on my car for my destination to get back home, and possibly I might go see this other chick on my way back. She's all upstairs hollering, yelling, cussing, this and that. You ain't left yet, this and that, blah, 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 just being very irate and belligerent, right? So I'm sitting there still typing in directions in the computer and everything like that. She proceeds to come downstairs, walks over to my car, blocks me in to where, I can't move out. So she's still up there cussing this and that. What the fuck is you doing? You this and that. Who you going to see? Who you on the phone with? Blah, 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 blah. So she's blocking me in. I can't get out because there's a car behind me. It's a car in front of me. So what I did was, and it was my mistake, I take full responsibility and everything like that. I just turned my wheel to the left, and I took my foot off the brake and inched out just to let her know, yo, you kicked me out. You want me to leave? I'm trying to leave. Why are you preventing me to leave? So once I did that, she hops on the hood and the windshield of my car. I had just bought a new car. I only had it for a year. I got a nice ass luxury Cadillac and shit. So, and she all beating on my windshield and hood. So I ain't want to fuck my shit up. So what I did was I took my foot off the brake, proceeded, and I went up. When she jumped in my car, I proceeded and went up for about no more than about 5, 6, 7 yards, y'all. Drove about 5, 6, 7 yards with this bitch on the hood of my car, hit the brake, and she goes flying. She goes flying, hit the ground, whatever. And, being that I know the type of person she is and how vindictive and toxic and everything she can be, and at the point in time, I didn't even care. She hit the ground. I can kind of tell she did hurt herself. I drove around her and pulled off anyway. Next thing you know, that same night, when I get home and everything, that same night, I got the police call on my goddamn phone, this and that, whatever. And I can see, I know it's the police that says, Sutton County Sheriff's Department. I ignored the call. They didn't answer anything like that. They called me the next day, the next night. I ignored the shit out of them again. The next night they called me. I don't even know what I did, but I answered. It's an officer saying, it's officer such and such. I'm calling about the night of blah 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 blah. Can you tell me what happened? Give me your side of the story. So I gave them my side of the story. Told them exactly what I just told y'all, the honest to God truth. Next thing you know, 2 days after that, I got the police department banging and knocking on my door and shit, telling me something, we got a warrant for your arrest. So I'm like, I didn't even open the door. I'm like, well, let me see. Show me that you prove to me that you have a warrant for my arrest. Because I mean, what's going on now with black people getting killed? I'm not opening my door for shit. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, well, just come on out, Mr. Frank. We got to show you this and that, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm not coming out, man. Y'all have to give me some proof or some evidence for me to come out. So make a long story short, they eventually got one of their superiors on the line and whatever on the phone. They said, yeah, we do have a warrant for your arrest. And they told me what the warrant's about. So, okay, I turn, open the door, handcuff me and everything. And there you have it. I just got done with the situation. It was about a year and a half long case, whatever. And I eventually get in probation for the whole situation, right? On some shit that I tried to avoid in the first place. And honestly, I would be in prison right the fuck now because of my past record. But what happened was she appeared with me in court because after that happened, because of course, being that, she wanted to be with me and everything, and she didn't want the, situation to dissolve. I had her thinking that, once this case is over, I'm sorry, this and that, I didn't mean to do it. I love you, blah, 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 blah. Once this case is solved, that we're going to get married and everything like that, and we're going to do the damn thing, blah, 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 blah. So, I had her thinking everything to that point in time because my lawyer, who shit cost me 10 G's just to get probation, it's like, man, we can get the judge to give you, probation, but you're gonna have to stay in good terms with her. She's gonna have to appear in court on your behalf, saying, it was my fault as well. I brought this upon, myself, and I don't want him to go to prison. And we're gonna get married. Blah 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 blah. The judge, took her word for it with far, especially with my background, my credentials. You know what I'm saying? He was like, it's not in your best benefit to go to prison, being that with your type of job that you do, you'll be more an asset. On the outside versus just throwing somebody's life away and sending them to prison. So they gave me probation. I got 8 years probation. My lawyer tells me that he can get it terminated after 3 years. Meaning I can't smoke I'm a heavy weed smoker. I can't smoke no weed. This shit, well, the first week was hard as fuck for me to stop. But of course, when somebody tells you that if you violate, you can do the 8 years of prison, it makes it a hell of a bit easier for you to quit. But so on the way home, right, we leave court. I'm happy that I got probation. I'm not going to prison, anything like that. So on the way home, I'm driving her back to her spot and everything like that. And she's questioning me, asking me, she's like, so now you're going to go pack your stuff. You can go home, pack your stuff, move in with me, right? So I'm like telling her, yeah, I'm going to pack my stuff. I'm moving in with you and everything and blah, blah, blah. We can do the damn thing. I drop her off. I go home, whatever. And then, she calls me. It's like, you're on your way back? I said, yeah, I'm on my way back. As soon as I hang up, I send this nice long text message stating, hey, I'm not coming back. And these are the reasons why. I can't do 8 years of probation. And with us having this toxic relationship in history, there's no way that I'm going to be successfully be able to do 8 years of probation if we're still together. And I mean, that was not the only reason, because I mean, I didn't want to get back with her anyway, especially doing what I've been doing and how I've elevated myself within the past couple of years. My value has increased tremendously. So I was like, you know what I'm saying? Why would I get back in a relationship with you when I got all types of women throwing themselves on me anyway? So I cut it off, and that's dead. Now I'm on probation for some shit that I tried to avoid in the first place, which is why I'm severely mad. And I'm also dedicating this channel to, to men who's had the similar experiences with these females, being single fathers, what have you. And that's just one story. I got lots of stories. Of course, I'm gonna, lay them out in videos after video. Yeah, man, this is a man. Look, a woman. I listen to a few YouTube content creators on here. As far as, I'm not gonna give no names right now, but a lot of what they're saying is absolutely correct. A woman, depending on the type of woman you pick, she can be your downfall. A woman can fuck your life up tremendously. And it was a hard lesson learned for me. everyone who was in my inner circle told me to leave this chick alone long time ago, that she was bad news and she wasn't good for you. And I just never listened. I was a fool for a bad bitch, as they say, with a nice ass body. And it's when you get it, sometimes we get a bad chick, it's hard to cut that chick off. But I wasn't even that young. I was still kind of old. Shit, I may not look it, but I'm 42 years old now. But when we got together, I was like 31, 32, some shit like that. But but she was my first bad chick. Like, I've had some fine, beautiful girls in the past, but when I say this shit was bad, I mean, like, it's like her body, like the God broke the mold in this chick body, man. And yeah, it just took me a while to shake her. Sometimes we as men, we go through that. It take you a while to shake a chick, depending on how bad she is. But then, yeah, I eventually got over it. And that was that. The funny thing, I'm gonna share for another video. Matter of fact, I'm gonna cut it off here and in a bit. I'm gonna share for another video. But what I want to say is, and I'll continue in another video, is that after that situation, all right, when they came and arrested me for that situation, and then when I got out of jail, it took me 5 days to get out of jail because, as a matter of fact, they wasn't trying to let me out of jail because I live in Texas, but everything is registered me still in Florida, as far as my license plate, my driver's license, everything is still pretty much registered in Texas, except for my current lease, which is in Texas. I mean, everything's registered in Florida except for my current lease, which is in Texas. And my cousin, who was trying to get me bonded out and everything, because see, the money wasn't an issue, but they said I was a flight risk because all my records and everything show I'm from the state of Florida, and that I may leave Texas and never come back. But I'm like, man, with a type of charge like this, why the fuck would I want to run? You know what I'm saying? I've been arrested before, and I've never run. I've never ran or anything like that. So, well, when I finally got out of jail, because they extradited me from one county to the county that it actually happened in. So when I got out, I got on this dating site, and I met another chick just that quick, and like met another chick just that quick. A few months later, we kind of get into a relationship and everything like that, and we was going out for a year, and I just deaded that relationship because I don't think she was right for me. But I'm gonna give you specific details and reasons that has to do with this whole, manosphere red pill talk as to why I had to dead that relationship. She's another fine chick and everything like that, but she just wasn't. I don't think she was there. Like, I need someone that mentally is on my level and that can push me a lot more as far as what I do for a living, everything like that. She just wasn't a person. But it's a story to go along with that I'll probably save for the next video. Right now, my daughter's in the pool. I want to get in there and spend some time with her before I got to take her back to her mom's. And that's another story. My ex-wife, that's another story. That's why, man, y'all women are something else, man. Well, all I got to say is, it's funny how when you get with a chick and when you have children with a chick or a child, whatever, it's both of your children. It's both of y'all's child. But once she doesn't want you anymore for whatever reason, she leaves, all of a sudden becomes her child, not yours. Ain't that funny how that shit happened? Women is something else, man. They can be your fucking downfall, dog. They really can be your downfall. But let's go ahead and cut this video short. I hope y'all enjoyed the exposure of Hassan Campbell in my last video. If you didn't see it, go ahead and click on my profile, go to my videos and check the last video. Check that out. I need somebody to help me out with the StreamYard and how to get that audio to work, because I was explaining his record to you guys, and then once I ended the video and we played it back, there was no audio, but you can see his record's fully there, and all that nigga ever done was not pay child support. That's it. That be daddy not paying child support. But I'm out, man. I'm about to get into some fun in the sun. So like, subscribe, because trust me, I got a lot of shit coming. Peace.